It's Thursday, January 19th. Welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. My message today is slow down. And my message today is to me. You know, one of the greatest opportunities that I have is to live in front of you and to share my mistakes with you. And one of them really has been being way too busy, being too preoccupied, and sometimes not spending enough time just relaxing and listening to God. Are you guilty of that today too? You know, I remember media a few years ago when I was growing up. I remember when we went to our telephone and it was the dial phone. We'd pick it up first to see if anybody was on it because we were on a party line. In other words, there were some other people in our community that had the same line, and you had to wait until they were done speaking so you could use it. It's a few years ago. And since growing up in the little town in Montana, Broadview, that I grew up in, things have changed a bit. You know, I remember a few years later in the early 70s when I bought one of the first answering machines around. People were amazed. They could call my phone number and there was a machine that would take a message. Incredible. Well, I've always tried to be on the edge of technology. I think I do it pretty well. But I realized last night that I was really tired. I didn't want to answer any more messages, any more questions. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't continue to write to me. It was just one of those days. I was just really tired. And when I thought about it, I realized that I answer messages in 11 different places. Here's what I counted. Snail mail, cell phone, SMS messages, MySpace. I have 3 different Facebook pages because Facebook has a friends limit, so I have 3 pages. Twitter, Blogger, YouTube, Skype, Viber, Instagram. I check all of those. That's 11. You know, technology is great, but sometimes it's a little intrusive, isn't it? And what do you do when those things become priority? Well, if you're like me, sometimes you don't always get it right. Sometimes I'll spend way too much time, you know, answering mail and encouraging people and just kind of seeing what everybody's doing, and not enough time with the things that really matter. And you know, the thing that's most important to me is to live in front of you and to get some things right. Because you know, what matters most is not necessarily what I'm writing on Twitter or the pictures I'm posting on Instagram or, you know, even this message that I post a lot of places. The most important thing is that I am myself and I live in front of you and you live in front of me. And you know, the greatest testimony you and I will ever have is how we live our lives. And the greatest joy we'll ever have are those simple times when we're not too busy and we're able to listen. You know, here's a great scripture, Isaiah chapter 40. He says, "Why would you ever complain, O Jacob, or whine, Israel, saying God has lost track of me?" Sometimes we say that. When we get too busy, we don't see God. He doesn't care what happens to me. Don't you know anything? Haven't you been listening? God doesn't come and go. God lasts. He's creator of all you can see or imagine. He doesn't get tired out, doesn't pause to catch his breath. And he knows everything, inside and out. He energizes those who get tired, gives fresh strength to dropouts. For even young people tire and drop out. Young folk in their prime stumble and fall. But those who wait upon the Lord get fresh strength. They spread their wings and soar like eagles. They run and don't get tired. They walk and don't lag behind. So my goal personally is to walk and not lag behind, to run and not get tired, to spend enough time relaxing and enough time with the Lord that I can live well in front of you too. I hope that's an encouragement to you today, and I hope that you will take it to heart as well. Slow down. God bless you. Have a great day.